Hello and welcome back to Zekism Wrestling. So, WWE and Disney are in partnerships with each other apparently. ESPN is to add WWE pay-per-views, or PLEs. It doesn't specify whether it's special events or, Saturday night main events or whatever. And more as NFL content and streaming service sets on August 21st launch, which is only a week or two away. WWE has a new home. The Peacock deal is due to expire next year, sort of mid to early, sort of just before Mania time next year. And apparently, according to the Hollywood Reporter here, ESPN adds WWE events and more NFL content as streaming service sets August 21st launch. The streaming service's main tier will cost $29.99 per month and debut in time for football season. That's dollars. So yeah, they want to get ahead of the NFL season, which starts, I'm not a big NFL guy, but certainly it starts in just before the end of summer, I think, or at least pre-season or something. I haven't heard anything about the draft, but anyway, the draft is due to come next year. This year, sorry. ESPN's future begins streaming on August 21st, and starting next year, it will have a lineup of notable new events joining it. The sports media giant on Wednesday officially announced the launch date for its forthcoming streaming service, which will be called simply ESPN. And at the same time, the company announced a major deal with the WWE, bringing in the premium live events, including WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the Royal Rumble. So they'll miss out on the Rumble next year, the one in Saudi, early 2026. To the service in the US, beginning next year, Netflix holds in international rights, so no one outside of America this affects whatsoever. But it is interesting, because they've got a new broadcasting partner, as well as an expanded rights deal with the NFL, including the NFL draft and a bundle that includes the NFL Plus streaming service. No offense to the NFL, I'm not interested in that so much. The service was officially unveiled back in May with a $20.99 monthly price point, and teased plans to bundle it alongside Disney Plus and Hulu. But the news on Wednesday ensures that it will be up and running in time for the football season. The service will live inside a completely redesigned ESPN app. So it is interesting. Now, WWE, my computer just gone wrong. WWE said, they had conversations with Bob Iger and Disney when they were deciding what to do. I think it was just before TKO. So they were in conversations, or at least, you'd assume Nick Khan was in conversations with people at Disney regarding something like this. So it's a bit of a coup from them. They've got a new broadcasting partner. They are literally, I think Prime is the only one they're missing from, and possibly Paramount Plus, but whatever. It is interesting that now Disney have WWE inside their calendar. ESPN, they like to treat as a different sort of, subsidiary or whatever, and it is, of course, but it is under the Disney umbrella as a broadcasting partner. So it's right to assume Disney is now in business with WWE. With that brings interesting issues potentially. We are talking PLEs here, premium live events on a Disney owned service. What does that entail? Well, Disney, I think I've seen some complaints online saying, well, this means Disney, WWE, is going back to family friendly content. Well, I would, you would think that we thought that might happen when when Netflix bought them, and they might want, well, no, apparently not. From an international audience point of view, myself, everything's on Netflix for us here in the UK, and internationally, I think is mostly the same. There's been no censorship of any kind that we're aware of. We even get more content than perhaps people in America do, because we skip the ad breaks. We've got the right tier. We get a completely different show sometimes. We get promos that you don't get, and segments such as Naomi's promo on Raw that wasn't shown on TV for whatever reason. Bizarre. The major WWE rights combined with the expanded NFL rights provide additional ammo for the service to gain market share. WWE has an immense, devoted and passionate fan base that we're excited to super serve on our new ESPN DTC platform that's direct to consumer, I assume, said ESPN chairman Jimmy Pitaro. This agreement, which features the most significant WWE events of the year, bolsters our unprecedented content portfolio and helps drive our streaming future. So yes, Disney are getting in the live sports market. It makes business sense, all the business sense in the world, because live sports rights are big business for streamers. We've seen Prime get heavily into sports rights with boxing and, well, football as well, Premier League rights. Well, I don't know internationally, but certainly from our point of view here in the UK, yeah, Prime is showing a lot of the football, you know, one with the round ball, here in the UK on Prime. They get 2 nights a year, which is going to increase with the next round, but they get 2 nights a year where all the matches are shown simultaneously, more or less, but they get a devoted week of coverage for themselves. And that's going to increase with the lower options out there. It's the future of streaming when it comes to the stuff like the Premier League. It is interesting that stuff like the NFL and the Premier League still subscribe to stream. They don't have their own app. You know, WWE obviously had their own app, and they've gone to streamers because that's where money is now. So it is interesting. I find it interesting anyway, the sports rights. We are proud to reinforce the E in ESPN at such an exciting juncture in its direct-to-consumer journey. I was right. WWE Premium Live events are renowned for exactly the type of rich storytelling, incredible feats of athleticism, and can't-miss cultural tentpole experiences that have become synonymous with ESPN, added TKO President and COO Mark Shapiro. Through our UFC relationship, we have experienced firsthand how transformational an ESPN presence can be, and we know this will be an exceptional partnership at a time of great innovation for both companies. It's interesting. I didn't know UFC was already on ESPN. That makes a lot of sense then. The WWE events had most recently been on Peacock, where they had seen a notable driver of subscribers and a churn reducer. ESPN is betting it could do the same for ESPN. Netflix are pretty happy with what's been done, despite reports with you know, the numbers they're pretty happy with. I see news every now and then saying they're not happy. I don't see that at all. The announcement comes just hours after ESPN announced the blockbuster deal with the NFL, which will take a 10% ownership stake in the company in exchange for NFL Network and rights to Red Zone and some additional NFL games, as well as NFL Fantasy. NFL Network will be bundled into ESPN streaming service when the deal closes, with other content joining as well. And that's an interesting deal. I wonder if a similar potential is there. We hear TKO potentially have borrowed quite a lot to the name of WWE to also purchase, or to gain, acquire, whatever you want to bill it as, WWE into their portfolio. How much can that sustain with them having borrowed quite a lot by the sound of it, and the repayments, whether something is offered to Disney in a similar vein? An interesting deal to do. As we explored options, we kept going back to our 4 letters ESPN, said Jimmy Pitaro during a press briefing in Disney's New York office in May, framing the decision to name the service ESPN as simple, straightforward, clear. Okay, this is corporate speak, so we're not interested in that. But it is interesting that Disney now has under its umbrella a WWE platform. You know, the premium live events, which are the big, you know, they're not week to week TV, of course. That sits on Netflix in America, and currently Peacock. The SmackDown deal is due, I think that runs up all the way till 2028 or 2029. So for now, this doesn't affect anything whatsoever, because the deals for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown are long-term ones. You know, CW, Netflix, and Peacock. Yes, NBC, Peacock, whatever the platform is. But yeah, that for SmackDown, maintain, and they are long-term deals. And now here we are. The PLEs, from an American point of view, are going on to ESPN. Very significant. Another arm, a broadcasting partner arm. Another finger in the pie, if you like, if you will. Although maybe I shouldn't have said that, especially with current controversies. Hello, Brock Lesnar. Anyway, what do you think of this deal? Is this good for WWE? Is it nothing for WWE? Is it bad for WWE? Let me know in the comment section below. I find it interesting. Please leave a like and subscribe on the channel, and I'll speak to you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.